Okay, so this is FEZ. This is going to be a tutorial on the entirety of the FEZ speedrun. The version that we're running today is 1.07, so we're going to be utilizing some glitches. What makes this category different from other categories is that this older version possesses a glitch called the long jump, and the long jump allows you to basically skip a few things and move a little bit faster. Overall, over the current version of the game, it saves about a minute and 45 seconds, which isn't a whole lot, so don't feel bad if you can't get a hold of this version. The time difference isn't that big anymore. It used to be pretty big, but it's not that big anymore. What FEZ is FEZ is an adventure puzzle platformer. It's a game where there are no enemies, there's no overall bad guy or anything. It's basically just platforming and solving puzzles. So it's important to know that speedrunning this game is all about optimizing your movement. Now, while this tutorial isn't going to be a speedrun and it isn't going to be perfectly optimized, you should be able to watch this speedrun and watch this and start running it yourself. So let's just jump right into it. We start off as the main character, Gomez. And this is Gomez's house. By the way, I play using an Xbox 360 controller. It is a lot better than playing with the keyboard. I suggest you use some sort of controller. So first things first, we have to climb to the top. And this is where we first utilize the long jump. To do the long jump, we come to the edge. In FEZ, you have this animation when you change directions. As you can see, whenever you change direction, he kind of stutters for a second. So what we're going to do is we're going to do that on the very edge of this cliff, and we're going to jump to that platform. Because see, if we try to jump to it normally, we can't make it. So what we have to do is we have to get a bunch of speed. Now normally when you jump, when you do a normal jump, the game takes into account the speed that you were going when you were right before you made the jump, and determines how far you can jump it. So if I start like this, I can't jump very far, but if I start moving, I can jump much further. Now whenever you do this little animation, you get a short burst of speed, but normally when you're on the ground, when you're on flat ground, that ground cancels out that speed. The flat ground cancels out that speed, so if you take that animation and fall off of a ledge, you have nothing to cancel that speed, and you're able to get a really far distance. So this is what it looks like. As you see, we jumped all the way across. So, well, that was a fail. It's really easy to fail. You have to make sure you fall off the edge and get the jump. So here we are, we open the chest. Normally in this chest there would be a key, but because we're getting it early, there's a cube instead. So now we have our first cube. Normally you'd want to get the long jump back up there, but it's not a big deal if you don't. Climb to the top. Begin mashing through all this dialogue. The language doesn't matter, it's the same number of boxes on every language, so you play it in whatever language you're content with. Continue mashing through this dialogue. So this cube is basically showing our hero Gomez that he actually lives in a 3D world, not a 2D world. But Gomez is still a 2D character, so while he can change his perspective, he can't actually change the way he lives, the way he exists in the world. So he remains a 2D character in a world with 3 dimensions. So now we just want to change the perspective using the L and R triggers. But we kind of use it a little too much and we explode the guy who gave us the FEZ in the first place. So what this means is that any stage that you're in is going to act like a cube. In other words, it's going to have 4 different sides to it, 4 different perspectives you can look at it from. So we want to mash through this. Mash your A button. Now what we're coming to is the first code that you put into the game, which you should see on your screen right now. Very first code we put in. RT stands for right trigger, so LT stands for left trigger, so we put that combination in and that cube appears. Now, when you go through this dialogue, you want to make sure you finish that dialogue before you go through the door or you'll soft lock the game. So we finish the dialogue, we go through the game. Now Dot's going to have some dialogue here. You also want to make sure you do not finish this dialogue. You let it, do not push the B button. Wait until she gets all the way down, or else you'll also soft lock your game. So if she has 3 dialogues, now what she's going to do is you're going to see her kind of set into place like that. Now she's at Gomez, you can start mashing again, and you're out of danger of soft locking your game. So on the codes, RT means right trigger, LT means left trigger. You're also going to see arrows, and that means you just push them on your direction pad. And then you're also going to see A, which just means your jump button. So from here, we have 2 cubes, so we fall, open that door, then we jump up. Now there's a bit, well, I didn't mean to switch. There's a bit of dialogue that comes up, this dialogue right here. This dialogue can be skipped if you make it to the door before the dialogue starts. So now we're coming into our second code, which should be on the screen right now. Got a little bit of lag. Just type it in. Right, left, right. Jump in. Open that thing. Open this chest while that is going on. Skip that dialogue. Jump in the cube. Jump down. Go out. Now there are 2 types of cubes. There's yellow cubes, which are the regular cubes, and there's blue cubes, which are anti-cubes. And then there's this little thing called bits, which you just see me get. You get 8 bits, you make 1 cube. Okay. Whoops. Fall straight down. And we're going to go into the door that we got. Remember, we got that key earlier. And now we're going to need our next code, which is going to be the code that is on the screen right now. So what we're going to do is the code starts, as you can see, with an up arrow. If you push an up arrow while you're in a door, you'll leave the door. So first thing you want to do is move away from the door behind this mop bucket. Let's put in the code. It's important that you stay behind this little boiler. As you can see, he's kind of shadowed out. Stay behind this boiler, jump, get the cube. Do not move the camera too soon, or else he'll glitch out of the stage and he'll fall. Mash through the dialogue, turn it back, and you're right next to the door. Pretty simple. Left trigger, and you're right next to the door. Hop down twice. You want to jump and hold up as you get to the closest to the bottom as you can. Go over twice, go through this door. Now you can finish that dialogue before you even load on the screen, so just quick jump like that. You see we get our first cube off the bits. Now with this, the best way to grab them is at the pinnacle of your jump, like so. We didn't quite make the cycle, so we can't get it on all of them. Whoops, too many. I mean, 2 go to this time, as you see. We have way more than 2 so far. So mash through this dialogue. Hit your left trigger. Well, we didn't do it right. You don't need to open that door, it's just kind of something that happens. Mash through this dialogue, go in. Now the place that we're entering into right now is it's the main hub of the game. This is where everything takes place. Or, well, every area in this game links back to this hub. Everything, no matter, even places that we don't go to, everything links back to this place. So this is going to be, you're going to see this place more than anything else in the game. So you want to go over one time, jump from this, you can make that jump to that ivy, come over, go through. Now while we're loading into this stage, we actually have two codes to put in. Now the thing about these codes is that you want to put these codes in back to back as you're loading into the stage. Now this is a glitch that this actually got patched out. You can't do this in the current version, but in this version you can enter these codes while you're zooming in. So you want to enter the first code and then wait about a second and then enter the second code, and I'll show you what that will accomplish. So what that's going to do is it actually glitches the game and allows us to start moving before it's actually finished. So we go into this waterfall. What you're going to do is you're going to move this to the left 6 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lowering this water is going to help us in an area later on. So we have to do it. We have to make this pit stop. So come out. Twice, grab this bomb, back over twice, just stand here in this door, wait for it to explode. Now, this is where we're going to enter our next code, here in the infinite waterfall, and that code should be on your screen right now. And here we go. Hop down. Don't want to take that portal. We just want to go back down, grab that last bit, and go back out the door. And we're going to complete a cube right when we get out here. And we should be able to skip through some dialogue. Okay. Up here. Get this cube, jump down. And we want to go. This is the first door we opened. Now we're in the music room. So as you can hear, everything is music based in this room. Platform spawn music, so boom. Jump up, and go in here, we'll enter our next code. Now this code is a bit different from the other codes. It's a tuning fork, and the code is made by the vibrations of your controller or the sound in your ear. Now the way the other codes you can just mash. Now the tuning fork codes you have to put in slowly. You have to make sure the screen actually gets the rotation off for it to work. So 2, 3, left, right, right, left. Spin 2 times. Cube will spawn. And you can just drop right back down and go through the door. Spawns to the beat of the music. Make it. Spawn. See? 2, 3, 4. Spawn. It's pretty simple once you've done it a few times. So this is a bad cycle on this one. it's going to be like spawn. I see the notes ascend in this one. That's how you know when to jump. Grab the cube, and when you grab it, you can hold up and you immediately go through this portal. So what this portal is going to do is going to take you all the way back to the hub that I was talking about earlier. This door, and this is going to take us to the bell tower. The bell tower is where I'm going to introduce you to what's known as the teleport jump. Spin this over. So what the teleport jump is, on tall structures like this, you can change your perspective in a way where the game will lose track of where Gomez is, and it just puts him where it thinks he's supposed to be. And the key to doing this is getting some, you want to get some forward momentum, so you want to be moving forward, and then you begin your jump, and as soon as you begin your jump, you manipulate your screen twice. So in this one, you're going to be moving towards the right. Moving towards the right, and you're going to rotate your screen to the right. So watch what happens. When I do it 2 times, it teleports me to this side of, or it teleports me onto the opposite side of the screen. So I'll do it one more time for a demonstration. You want to be moving towards the right, move a little bit, jump, change the screen twice, and you teleport. You see like that. So we come up, grab this one, and this one you're going to be pointing towards the left, and you're going to do it with your left bumper. See, it puts me over to that one. On this one, you kind of want to, on this one, you also want to be going to the left, but to do it optimally, you kind of want to do your jump right at the edge of this ledge. And you want to not hold any directions, or else you'll grab on to a ledge on the other side. You don't want to grab onto the ledge, you just want to jump on top of it and keep going. So, here we go. See, like that. Now, if you do it the wrong way, or if you hold up, what you'll do is when you come over, you'll grab onto this ledge and you'll lose a little bit of time. So, come up here, and now to finish this, to do this puzzle, we have to go by these. There's a little icon on the, as you can see on the bell. So when it's this little L shape with that square in the upper right corner, you have to hold up and push X 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and it hits the bell 3 times. Now you want to change it to the left, and the one with its 2 horizontal lines, you need to do 6 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times. Now the thing is that the number of times you press X, it will do no matter what. So you want to press X 6 times, no more, no less. If you press it more, you have to start all over. The one that looks like a U, you want to do once. And the one that is 4 squares, you do 10 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Jump, grab your cube. These squares can be trolly because they follow a cycle, and you always want to try to get a good cycle on them. Now on this, there's a normal path that involves you going around this way, but we can skip all that by jumping off of this, and as soon as you start your jump, you're going to hit the left, and you're going to hold. You're going to hit your left bumper, and you're going to hold to the left. So watch what happens. Oh, that was wrong. Don't do it like that. Do it like this. Allows you to skip a whole puzzle, or a whole platforming area. So go through this door. Now we have our first cube puzzle. Now, the way FEZ works is that on this platform, the way you see it, you see 3 pink lights, but in reality there's actually 9 pink lights here. There's 4 faces of this puzzle. So the first thing, the shapes that are right here, the shapes that you see on every edge, we have to make for these lights. That's the shape that has to be seen on when you manipulate to that side. But we figured out a way to solve this fast by picking up this, throwing it at this block right here, and when we throw it, we change the perspective to the right, and then we change it back, and it confuses where the placement of the block that's already up there, it confuses where that placement is and it moves it over instantly. So it allows us to solve the puzzle faster. So here's what it looks like. Throw it, change perspective, change it back. Now you can see that block was originally where I'm standing, but now it's over here and it's in a position where we can solve the puzzle with. So now we just move that block. I'll move this block on top of, oh, too far, way too far. Let me go out and start all over. So if you ever screw up the puzzle, you can save it by exiting, coming back in. Pretty easy. So pick up the block, throw it, change the perspective to the right, change it, well, that was messed up. It's pretty difficult to do while explaining it. But basically you want to change the perspective while the block is, if you notice it kind of glides into place, you want to change the perspective while it's doing that. So throw it, change perspective, change it back. As you can see, you want to change it back before the block finally gets situated. Pick it up, turn, to jump, toss it. This one. And then toss that into the third one, and the pieces will come together. Bam. Puzzle solved. That's the quick solve on that puzzle. It's pretty simple once you learn it, but once you get the hang of it. This ledge. Jump there and we skip a whole area that we would normally have to platform up. So on this one, you want to jump, grab onto this, hop off, and as you're hopping, change your camera perspective to the right. So jump to the right and bam, you're across this gap. Hop up, make a hop, change perspective, land on that. That's a kind of an example of manipulating your positioning using the 3D space. So coming up, we're going to use a long jump, which saves about a second or two. So we grab that, and what we're going to do off this platform, normally we would have to jump over here, jump on this to get up on this ivy. But what we're going to do is we're going to long jump off this platform and grab onto the ivy from here. So do the animation, fall off the ledge, bam. Hold up as you hit the ivy, and we're up. Saves about a second or two. Move to the left, grab that, jump down, go through the door. Now this stage is really heavy with teleport jumping, so I'm going to tell you what directions you need to be facing and what direction you need to hit. So with this one, you want to get a little bit of forward moving momentum, and then you're going to face the right, and you're going to hit the right bumper twice. So here we go. Bam. Hit that twice. Come up. Come to this platform. You want to have a little bit of forward momentum facing the left, and you want to hit left twice. So there we go, and we land on that. Jump to that platform. Oops. So when we're on this platform, we're going to be facing the left. We're going to get a little bit of forward momentum, and we're going to hit left twice. Come over to that ledge. To the right. To the left. So now we're going to be facing the right. We're going to get a little bit of forward momentum and hit right twice. So there we go. Land on that platform. And then jump up. Switch to the right. Grab the cube and hit up. We're going back to the hub. So now we're going to drop down, jump over, jump to the right. Now we're going to go to the lighthouse. So with this one, there's another code. It'll appear on your screen right now. You can enter this code while you're zooming into the stage. As I said with the other one, this doesn't work in the current version. It was patched out. But in the 1.07 version, you can enter this code while zooming into the stage, and it will save you some time. So let me make sure that I know where it's at. There you go, confirmation that it worked. Move it over twice to the left. Jump up Drop this ivy under the tree. Grab that. Come back to the tree. Switch to the left. Land on this little platform right here. Switch to the right. And what's that? That's called manipulating your 3D space to move faster. Back onto the platform. To the left. Drop down. Enter this door, and we're going to have our next one, which is another tuning fork. And remember what I said about... Well, that was a weird whip position to start in. Remember what I said about tuning forks? You have to do them slow. You can't spam it. So the screen has to actually transition. So for this one, left, right, right, left, 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 right, 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 right. Back over twice. This one you can hang down like that, and you'll grab the cube about a second faster. Come out. She's going to talk to you, spam through that. And what you're going to do is you're going to move to your left twice, come off this ledge, and here's an example of manipulating water physics. You want to jump. As soon as you hit the water, jump again, land on that. Saves you about a second or two. Oh, don't do that. You don't want to do that. Land on this to the right and head back out. This way, jump up, 2, land on that platform, turn to the right, enter this door. Now this area is all, this whole area until we come back to the hub is going to be all platforming. So this is a pretty difficult trick right here. We're going to skip a whole area of platforming. What we're going to do is we're going to climb to the very corner of this ivy. As far as we can get into this corner, we're going to jump, and as soon as you jump, right as you jump, you need to switch the camera perspective to the left and hold left, or else you won't have enough momentum to get this jump. So here's an example. Bam, I got just enough momentum. So in this area, you can long jump across this, and it will save you a bit of time. Jump up, that, jump up, go to this tree, come to this tree, go to the left once. Now, we need to get to that chest that's over in the distance. You're saying, well, how the hell are you going to do that? Well, throughout the game, there are these treasure maps that you get. And what those treasure maps do, they help you solve puzzles. Well, on one of those treasure maps, it tells you how to solve this. It tells you how to get to that thing. Well, we never get that map, and we're never going to look at it anyway, so you just have to know. And the answer is there are invisible platforms, so watch. Boom, there's an invisible platform. So this platform's standing right here, and what I want to do is, to get the rest of the way, I want to go ahead and jump, switch my camera to the left twice, and I land back on that same platform. I just moved that platform under my feet. So now I can just jump to this, land on it, open it, and there's a cube. So now, what I can do is I can long jump from this platform back to the other side. So, bam. Easy peasy. So, switch it to the left once, hop down, grab that, wait for the cube to solve, grab that, and then I can jump down like that, and go into this room. So here's a little skip. You want to jump here, change the perspective, bam, grab onto that ivy. Simple as that. On this, see, just make that jump pretty easy. Come up like this, change the perspective. Now on this, you want to grab it as you're jumping. So jump, grab it, and land on this platform. And this one, you want to also jump and grab onto the ivy. That will save you a couple of seconds. Some easy movement optimization tips for you. Just climb up like this. Now for this, perspective to the right, and just walk through the door. Change it to the left. Jump and grab that. Jump up that platform. Now on this, you want to change it back to the right. Walk through, jump up. Little movement optimization strategies. On this, you want to change it back to the right again. And then when you get on here, change to the left. Jump on, change to the left again. Jump up. Whoops. Grab the cube. And teleport back to the hub. Easy peasy. So now what we want to do is we want to go to the forest. tree. Change to the left. Up. Change over like that. Jump up and up. Go through. So now we have the next obelisk coming up here. So there's a little trick right here. We manipulate the game space. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump here. I'll execute it and then I'll tell you what to do. So we jump, change to the right, change it back to the left, and we land on this platform. Because what we did is we manipulated by changing the camera perspective, we manipulated where we were in the 3D space. So when we change it back, we ended up on this platform. So we go back through. Okay, now watch. So I jump, and you want to kind of be in this kind of brighter, because you have a darker yellow or goldenrod color, and then you have a brighter goldenrod color. So you want to jump, and while you're inside of this goldenrod color, you want to change it to the right, and then you want to basically immediately change it back to the left. So here's what it looks like again. Change it back. So as you can see, whenever we jumped, we kind of as we were jumping, we clipped to this side. We clipped over to this side a little bit, and that's what allowed us to finish the jump. It's kind of hard to explain, but trust me, when you work on it a little bit, you'll get it pretty easy. So here we go. Not too bad. So when we get up here, we're going to input the code that you see on the screen, which is the forest obelisk. Right trigger, left trigger, left, up, down, and jump. So we move it to where our camera is facing this direction. Jump on this platform and hit to the right, and bam, it's going to be a little quick jump. So with these mushrooms, the way it works is you hit the mushroom, and what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to change your camera as soon as you jump, as soon as you bounce off of it. So you're going to bounce, change the perspective. So here we go. Watch. Jump to the right. Land on that one to the right. Land on that one to the right. Pretty simple. Jump to the right. Now jump to the left. It's pretty easy. And with that one, you can actually just jump like up there. You can actually make the jump up there. So like if you can see that, you don't even need to manipulate the camera, but it's pretty easy. So next we have our next code, which is the temple obelisk. So I want to climb up here. The code you see on your screen. And we're going to do left trigger, jump, right trigger, up, down, left trigger, right, jump. Move it back this way. So you want to manipulate the after you get the cube, manipulate the camera where that door is on your screen, and what we want to do is we want to get that chest up there. So we do that by, once again, jumping to some invisible platforms. There's going to be 1, 2, 3, and then there's going to be 1 right there, and then you just jump across. Pretty simple. This is the only map that we need to collect in this game, because what this map does is it gives us access to our next code. Skip through that dialogue. Go through this door, and that's going to allow us to get our next code. And this code, it comes from that map that we just collected. So, code on your screen. Right trigger, left trigger, right trigger, right trigger, right trigger, left trigger. Bam. Easy as that. So we got that map so we could activate that. So here's a little skip to get up there. Go left once. Jump until you're into that yellow stuff, and then go to the right again. And it's just a little skip. Come to this, to the left trigger, and then go to the right trigger. Jump on this tree, left trigger, bam. So now we're going to use, in a second, we're going to use another glitch. And what this glitch is going to do is it's going to allow us to fall from here. We're going to fall, and as we land, we're going to open the door at the same time. It's really, really tight to do, but normally a jump, like if we jump normally, we die. So now we're going to jump from here. It's really tough timing. As you can see, we were able to open the door and survive. Really, really tight timing on that, but it works. It saves you a few seconds. Push that. Oops, didn't mean to Push that there. Grab that. Throw it across. Switch to the right. Pick this up, move over, switch to the left. Throw it, switch back to the right. Grab this. Move over, switch to the left. Put it down. You want to put it down. Whoop, not that way. Come on. Down like that. Pick that up. Turn over where you're at. Throw it. Bam. Solved. Wait, why aren't we solved? Wait a minute. Oh, no. This cube moved back. See, we weren't on the same elements. So the reason that failed that first time is because one of the cubes got moved to one of the different planes. So you can't have any cubes on any of these other planes. All the cubes have to be on this plane right here. So we got that cube. It's pretty simple. Come back out. Switch to the right. Go through this door. Now in this area we're going to use the long jump again, and then we're going to make use of another code which you'll see on your screen right there. So we're going to jump up, grab that, and with the long jump we can clear this gap. So, whoops. Bam. So we do that, and then left, left, down, down, right, right, up, up. Simple. Now we're in Zoo of the Past. The name of this place is called Zoo, Z-U. This is the town you start off the game in. You visit this town through a bunch of different time periods. So this room is weird because we have to enter a code in this room, but we can't enter it the first time. We have to enter the room and then we have to leave and enter it again. So let me put the code on the screen. So you can enter this code. This time when we go in, there's going to be an animation of him walking as he enters the room. You can enter and finish this code during that animation. It'll save you a few seconds. Right trigger, right trigger, left trigger, right trigger, left, 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 right. And you can spam it. These ones you can spam. Grab the cube, exit. Now we're going to move to our left. Move the camera to our left. And we're going to enter this room. The throne room. Now this code that you want to put into this room is really long, but I'll walk through it with you. Hold on a second. A little bit of lag. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to say right, right, but I mean right and left trigger. So right, right, left, right, 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 left, left, right, left, 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 right, left, right, left. Bam. Okay, just grab that, and you're also going to complete another one. Bam. Back out, move the camera to the right, drop down, camera to the right one more time. This door. So the next area is going to be mostly platforming until we get to the top here. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to do this the fast way. Basically this is a switch that you grab onto using X, and then you change your perspective to turn the switch. So what you want to do is, without grabbing the switch, do not grab the switch, hit right twice, grab the switch, hit right 2 more times, and quickly jump up and climb this, and then hit right 1 more time, come up. On this one, you're going to want to, without holding it, you're going to hit left twice, grab it, hit right twice, climb up, get to the top, hit left, and then jump over. Now on this one, you're going to hit right once, walk over, grab it, right, right, and then you're going to, oh no! Well, that was a mistake, so we'll wait. Sometimes the collision doesn't spawn for those, so you will do that. So you might want to give it a couple seconds before you do that, but act as if we just landed right once, grab on it, right, right, wait a second for them to all spawn, jump. You gotta be quick about this because they close, and then you'll get to the top pretty easy. It's pretty simple to do that quick method. Just a little bit of practice and you'll get it. You want to land on this top platform, hit right, and now you're going to enter into the telescope room. So in the telescope room, there's actually a couple codes in here, but the one that we're going to want to put in is this one that you see on your screen right now. Right trigger, left, right trigger, A, to the right. Oh, be careful, I almost fell off there, so... Oops, and I did fall off. I'm trying to jump to that platform. So, jump to the top. Grab that. Now what you want to do here is you want the lens of it facing you. So jump, the lens faces you, you're going to land on top, and then you're just going to fall down, and the door will be right there. A little movement optimization. Right, jump, move the camera to the right again, go through here. Now what we're going to do here is just a bit of platforming. Whoops. You can just jump on that platform, you don't have to hang off of it. So you want to jump and grab onto the right like this, climb up, grab onto the right like this, climb up, grab onto the right like that, and then just jump over, turn the camera to the right. Go inside the tree, and in this room, you're going to be putting in the code that you see on the screen right now. So move the camera to the right, jump, get up here, get up on top of this, and then put in the code that you see on the screen, which is up, jump, right trigger, left trigger, jump, down, left trigger, right trigger. Bam. Grab it, hop down, turn the camera to the left, back through the door. Just jump across, jump up. These move as soon as you land on it, so as soon as you land on it, use that momentum to get up, because it's going to move up. If you don't change the camera to the left or to the right, you'll get squashed. You don't want that. So grab that, back through. Now, there's a bit of RNG in this game, where randomly black holes will spawn on a level. Black holes kind of make it suck. We haven't ran into that at all yet, which is pretty freaking weird. Normally, we would have run into it by now, but oh, here we go. First time. Speak of the devil. The first time you mention it, or the first time you run into black holes, she has some dialogue. Just skip through that. But if you fall into a black hole, you die and you respawn where you last were. But anyway, once you land back on this stage, turn the camera to the left once and push up on that side. And what this is going to do is it's going to take us back to that main hub. Like I said, every area in this game links to this area in some way, shape, or form. Every single area in the game. This is why we've chosen this route. Black holes on this stage again. So what you want to do for this, to a little bit of movement optimization, jump, left trigger twice, and you're going to land on this side, come down, and we're going to go back through this door. So fall down, turn to the left, start opening this door. Once you hear that noise, come back to this door. Wait for it to open. Come through. Now, both of those doors are open. That's a little bit of movement optimization. Now we have a cutscene. Now we're into Zoo into the future. This is what Zoo looks like in the future. You lose frames anytime that lightning strikes in the background. A quick bit of trivia. And it's RNG. So this, you're going to want to move forward a little bit, hit to the left, move forward a little bit, hit to the left, jump up. It's important that you move forward a little bit to manipulate the camera. And what you're going to do is latch onto this ladder, hit to the right, get off the ladder, and go through this door. And now we're going to enter our last code. So this code, as you can see, also has an up at the very start. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to move away from the door and then begin the code. Up, left, right trigger, A, left trigger, right, A, down. And that's going to be our last code for the game. It's also our last cube. So take that off the screen, come back in the game, come out. Just jump down. Now as you can see, what you're going to do to the left, you see there's a little line right underneath Gomez. You're going to want to come to the other side of that line and then hit right, and that's going to be a little bit of movement optimization. Go back through the door because we're done here. We're going to go into the game. right, walk through, and we're going to come to Zoo for the last time. Well, the second to last time. One funny little thing that I didn't mention. Here, let's get this off of our screen. One funny little thing that I didn't mention is that you hold up to open a door. After the door is open, you have to actually push up again. Gomez does, after he opens the door, he doesn't automatically go through it, which is really freaking weird. I don't know why he does that, but it's just part of what happens in the game. So you're going to want to, in this, you're going to want to manipulate it to that direction. I had a quick solve for this. I just don't remember what it was. Oh yeah, it's like this. To the left and then to the right. Right to the left again, and it's okay. I had a little brain fart there. So what you're gonna do is when you come out of the door, you're gonna want to jump on this one. You're gonna hit to the left, come back over, jump on this one, when you hit on this one, you're gonna hit to the left again, and you're already on the side you need. So you want to walk over, come to this door, it's gonna open. Go through it, obviously. Jump up to this, get onto this platform, and now we wait. This is the Stargate, and the Stargate is gonna start moving and doing crazy shit. So it's a Stargate. FEZ has a really interesting story, so if you haven't actually played the game, I suggest you play the game normally to figure this story out. So what's gonna happen is this area is gonna go white, and as soon as it goes white, there's gonna be a white flash on the screen. We want to jump and push up. It's a little slow, but you get the idea. So now we're on the moon. The moon in this game behaves like you would expect the moon to behave. There's very little gravity. So whenever we jump, we're going to get extreme height and extreme distance. Now, there are two things about this. Anytime you change the perspective on the camera, it's going to go really slow. And anytime you grab on a ledge, Gomez goes really slow going onto the ledge. So you want to try to minimize the number of times you grab onto a ledge. So a lot of these jumps, you're gonna try to jump in a way where you won't be grabbing on any ledges. And to do that, when you jump, you just want to not be pressing up. So it's important to try to minimize the number of ledges that you grab. There are a couple that we have to grab because they're just a little bit too far out of the reach. So here's the first example. If we jump and we're holding up, we're going to grab onto the bottom of the Stargate. So watch. See? I was holding up, so I grabbed on the bottom of the Stargate. So you want to jump without holding up, but also pressing the distance. Or also pressing the right key. So if you move forward, you should be able to grab onto that ledge right there. Then, oops. Then you're going to jump without holding up and land on this. Jump without holding up. Well, I didn't quite make it, but normally you can just land on that one. I didn't do it right, but you know what I mean. So with this one, you can jump. Normally you can jump and land on that without getting it, but I didn't quite make it that one either. So as you can see, it's really easy to lose a lot of time in this. So that little square right there, you can latch on, so make sure you jump without holding up. Jump right there without holding up. Now this one you have to grab onto. This one you don't. You do. This one you don't. Up. Now it's just a climb to the top. Over. And then jump into the middle. Hold up. It's going to take us to the ending cutscenes. So this cube is going to complete, or it's going to complete with the 32 that we collected. and then the game is going to fake crash again, and we're going to wake up in our room. Now, normally in a speedrun, the time would end right as you enter that door. That's where you would stop the time. So I'll be sure to point it out when we get to it. I don't need to spam any buttons, I just do it. So the game is going to fake crash, and you can begin spamming A. Stop spamming A, and now we're going to wake up in our room. And then you would hit time right now. That would be time. The speedrun is over. From here, it doesn't matter what you do. The game just takes over. So what you're able to do is jump around the stage as much as you want, but the game is over. So that's why we time when you exit that door. So you can just sit here and enjoy the ending of the game. As you can see, it's starting to distort. And it's starting to zoom in. I believe this is because we didn't actually get all 64 cubes and complete the hypercube. So that was it. That was the tutorial on FEZ in depth. That was the route, the codes, everything you need to know right then and there. And I hope that answers any questions anybody would have. As I said, speedrunning this game is entirely optimization. It's all about optimizing your movement. You lose a lot of time in this game not realizing that you're losing it. So you lose a second here, a second there, a couple seconds here, 4 or 5 seconds there. When you get to the end of the game, you'll notice that you're way behind. You lost a lot of time over the course of the game. So, I mean, you can lose a lot of time in specific places, falling off ledges and whatnot, but a lot of your time is lost in tiny increments, just not optimizing your movement. Remember, doing the long jump is doing the direction change animation, falling off a ledge, and then jumping. And then the teleport jump is when you're on a very tall spire that has grooves or notches in it. And you get some forward momentum, start a jump, and right as you start your jump, you change the camera twice in a direction, and that will teleport you, or that will cause you to teleport to a different part of the screen. Those are the 2 big glitches in the game. That's it. Like I said, this is version 1.07. There are a couple of glitches in this version that don't work in the current version, such as being able to input a few of the codes as you're zooming in on the stage. That doesn't work. And also the long jump doesn't work in the current version of the game. The amount of time you save, like I said, is about 1:45 to 2 minutes. It isn't a lot of time, so don't worry if you can't find version 1.07. The current version is just fine. The world record for version 1.07 is held by myself. It's 31 minutes, 10 seconds. The world record for the current version of the game, which is now 1.11, is 33 minutes. I think it's 5 seconds. 33 minutes and 5 seconds. And that's also held by me. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and I hope this helps. If you have any questions, you can always ask. If you want to learn more about FEZ, you can always ask. It's not a